Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. And for the returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back. Today I would like to share my very first experience of trying the Kumihimo, trying to make the Kumihimo using the brand new Kumihimo disc that I just ordered and got it in Amazon. I'll post the link in description. And I just got this set of this, so small disc, round disc to make the round braid and round kumihimo, and then the square one, which I even haven't opened this and I still don't know how to make it. And I had been wanting to try this kumihimo because it looks very pretty and cool, and also because Kumihimo is Japanese, and I'm Japanese, and it's a Japanese culture, so I wanted to try. But I always have this mental barrier, like how I'm gonna start, how does that work? So today I would like to share, because I literally did this, started this last night, so I would like to share for the people who are interested in and but wondering how it works. So what happens is here is that, so I just show exactly what I'm doing, just a simple move. And the move itself is very, very simple. And I start from, I just line up these two sets of a pair, and then hold this left one on the bottom, and then put it up, just put next to the one, and then this one, pull it up, and then put it right next to the one which you just removed. And then just turn, boom, left, do the same thing, left bottom on the top, and right top on the bottom, and then twist and do the same thing. And I'll just finish here so that it's easier. So when, just to make sure that where to start next time, it's probably easier to just make half of the move of one pair, so that, oh, there are three, so now I have to start from here. So, and another thing is that I read that, or I watched, I have been doing a little bit of research on YouTube and a book I got, and it's easier to do either right top, right bottom, right, left up, or like I did, left bottom, left up, and right up, right bottom. And I actually tried both, which is easier. And for me, the way I did was easier. And the reason is because the disc says turn left. So after I do one up and then now bottom, like this, I just have to do turn a little right, like this, and then start again from here. So my hand doesn't have to move too much, and do like this. So I'll show what would happen if I do from the right top and then left up. So if I do from right top, what I have to do is this, and then the left side up, and then turn this way. So it's like I have to cross my arm. And so for me, and of course if you already have the pattern of the movement that you do, I'm sure that's easier. But if you are willing to start, and if you wonder what to do, and I just wanted to explain that if you turn on this side, this may be easier. So that's what I wanted to say. And the second thing is that after you make these move, and then in the beginning I was just so excited to just do this and this, And then I realized, oh no, it's all tangled, and it took me time to untangle everything. So, and right now I'm showing on the table, but actually it's easier to do it on your lap without the table, so like free in the air, so that if you do one, so I just finish here, so here, one, and then just like slide your finger a little, at least after like 2 or 3 moves, not for every move, but just like slide away the fingers, just so that all the tangle part doesn't get too big like what happened to me. And I watched a few video tutorials, and what I noticed is that the easiest thing to do to make sure to stop is to do up, like I said in the beginning, 3. Oh, so now I have to do here. But sometimes what happened to me was that when I did this, oh, somebody calls me. Oh no, a tangle. Oh no. Okay, now it's all 2 pairs each. Now, where did I just finish? And the way to look, I figured out, because I always get that trouble with everything, so I just wanted to make sure that I would know how to troubleshoot if this happens. So as you can see, I'll make it close. So these 2 are the most top of all the threads. I'm not sure if you can see it because here. So these are covering every thread. And this shows that you just worked on these 2 pairs. So you have to work on now these 2. So whichever side you are, you know that you have to work on this or this. So you just put this on the bottom, and if you are doing the way I do, left bottom to left top to right bottom, you should do that. Or if you're doing right top to right bottom, left bottom to left top, it doesn't matter, so that you can always go back to the right place. And another thing I wondered, and I actually failed in the beginning, was I showed just a sneak peek of what has been going on here. So here, this is how I got so far, and so you can see that the first flower, it's a little loose compared to the other flowers. So what happened was that when I was doing this, I wasn't sure how much to pull and how much tight I should make. So I actually kind of pulled down and then make it a little loose, so that I wanted to make sure that it will hang down, which was not necessary after all. And I just did that too much, so that the first flower is a little too loose. And another thing is, when I started after making this loop, this initial loop, what happened was when I kept doing it, and then I was like, is it going down? Do I have to do something to make sure that this will go down? And that worry was not also necessary, because if you do it, it just naturally grows under this disc. And another thing is how much to pull. Like if I pull too much, or if I should just keep it a little loose. And then, as I said, it has to be tight, pretty tight enough, but not as tight as you are going to break your finger or this disc. So I figured out that for me, what works best is the cat's cradle tightness. Like, you don't pull until your finger hurts, but you have to pull it enough so that it doesn't get loose. So everything is like all straight. And I forgot the number of this pattern, but I'll put it later. But so I have watched a few tutorials, and this pattern is from a Friendship Net bracelet book. No, I'm sorry, friendshipknitbracelet.com. I'll put that too. And they have this Kumihimo pattern section, and I chose, actually this was my first try, but I wanted to make something with flowers, so I became a little ambitious. So I used the, let me just finish, so now I just finished here, so it will be here. So I just move to make, but so it's a 16 threads, 5 colors pattern, and it's very easy to figure out if you're used to making, if you are used to make a friendship bracelet. You can just put the colors after. So what I did is I made the loop, and then I just put it through, and then just spreaded the threads in order of that picture. And I was worried if it gets a little tangled here, it's going to affect, but I didn't have to worry too much. Of course, it's better to keep it as, like, not like crossed all over, but I don't think I had to worry too much about it. So that's something that I figured out, and I just started it, and it is working so far well. Oh, and the length of the threads. Again, I didn't have any clue. So for the blue, I had 1 skein, and I just divided into 4. And so because I made the loop, and now there's 8, and it's the maximum length I could have was about 85 centimeters. So and then I made about half, and then I still have quite a lot, as you can see. So I think it will be enough, and I'll add the video when I'm once finished, and we'll let you know how much is left, so that I would know, and you will know exactly about how much you would need to make it. And I'm sorry, the explanation is going back and forth, but the threads I used is exactly the same ones as I used for my friendship bracelet. And I know, because I read the book, that there are many types of threads that you can use, but I just wanted to try, so I just used it. And one thing I was a bit surprised and I didn't expect was the firmness of the weaving part. It's really, like you can see, it's really tight, because of course there are all the threads inside really nicely tangled in a nice way, so it's really firm, it's really solid. So once you make it, I think it will be really, really like tight, and I'm thinking of using it for maybe for example, like dog leash, or something that I need more firmness than when I make the friendship bracelet. And I was surprised that there were just so many beautiful patterns on the Friendship Knit bracelet book. I keep saying that, I'm sorry, Friendship Knit bracelet.com. And the loop, one thing I thought was that once when I made this loop, if I could have it a little bigger, I could have hooked one of my fingers, just so that I feel more secure in the beginning. So maybe next time I'll make it a little bigger, and of course it will be easier to pass the last tails that I make. So, and oh, and another thing is that this is my very first try, and I just learned the move in order to make this round one. But according to the book I read, and from some information, obviously there are many other ways to make many different types of weaving for Kumihimo, and I haven't gone so far, but I think for now, for a while, I would like to try this technique. And so again, oh, they're all two together. Okay, the last thread I used was these two. Okay, so the next one I have to do is right here. So I'll do like this, and let's from right bottom. And there was one more thing I wanted to say. What was it? I'll probably add when I actually finish if I remember. So, oh, I remember now. So while I was doing this, of course, the first couple of rounds I was a bit nervous, and I read or I watched that for 16 threads like this, each one shouldn't be too close with each other, and I'm like, oh no, it is getting close. Am I doing it right? But of course, while moving next to the one, so I finish here, so it's here. Of course, at one point it gets a little closer to each other, but after some rounds, you will find it like it's in the perfect position. So now when I move this, I think it's now right in the spot, isn't it? Yes. And then I just also figured out how it works. I'll just explain here quickly. I'm talking too long. So I was wondering how this works, and I just figured out that, like, so first the 1, 2, and 3, 4. I just omitted every other thing, and then by one move here, the thread becomes like this: 1, 3, 4, and 2, and then the 4 comes next to 2. So it's different. And then after 3 sets of doing the other sets, and then because it turns around, it's now this bar is on the top, and then the 4, 2, and it's 3, 1, and then you do the same move. So 3 next to the 4, and then so with one move it becomes like this. That's why I made a small circle. And then with 2 moves, one set of move, and then it's back to the same place. So that's how this way of Kumihimo weaving works. So, and you may try probably if you like to feel safe with fewer colors, but from my experience, because the moves are the same, and then as far as you set the color exactly in the right way as the pattern says, I think you may also would like to challenge a few more colors like me and try to make the pattern like this. Okay, and it's done. So this is about 15.5 centimeters in length, and it's about 1 centimeters longer than my usual bracelets. And the reason is because I just got a little carried away, and I realized that it was already a little too long, and then I just finished with 2 twisted braids with 8 threads each, and then added 1 wrap knot just to make here a little tighter because it was a bit loose. And after I finished, I had these threads. It's pretty long because it's a little more than 30 centimeters, and so I used about 85 centimeters and 30 centimeters left, so I probably used about 55 centimeters, and just to be on the safe side, probably next time I'll make each thread, I cut them in 65 centimeters, and if there are 2 threads for 1 color, so the double it in 130 centimeters and fold them into half, and I think it will be enough to make 1 bracelet. And one more thing to add is that I purchased this set, and I'll add the link in the description, but there are a couple of I already have seen a few videos how to make these discs on your own using cardboard or something similar. So if you prefer to make them on your own, I think it's perfectly fine as well. I'm just a little too lazy to make the equipment myself, so whenever I see something which is not too pricey, not too expensive, I just purchase it. And so, hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you had been wondering whether you should start or not to make the Kumihimo bracelets, I hope it helped you motivate a little bit, because I really had fun and I really like the outcome as well. So thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you soon.